frickin' morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. We're gonna make donuts. This is the most random vlog I think I've ever done, but I'm not losing it, but I'm just bored because prep is just like the same food all the time. And I said this on TikTok, but like it is one of my goals in my life to have a cafe or a bakery because I love baking. And because of prep, all I've been doing is saving like all these different yummy recipes and stuff. So we're gonna make donuts and I'm gonna give them to my family because I can't eat them. I'm too scared to make a deep fried donut, so we're gonna make a baked donut. So basically it's almost like a bun, but like more sugary. It kind of looks like that. So similar vibes, but I'm not gonna do a raspberry or strawberry filling. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the donut itself, let it fully cool, and then I'm gonna cut them directly in half, kind of like you would a bagel. And I'm gonna fill it with a buttercream, like a vanilla buttercream. And then we're gonna use Reese's. We're gonna use the little ones inside, and then I'm gonna put these little mini cups on top because I know my mom loves Reese's, anything to do with peanut butter, so she's gonna love it. But we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna still roll them in the sugar after they're done baking, so that way they have like that sugar coating. But we're gonna fill them with buttercream and a little bit of buttercream on top. So I'm very excited, but I gotta make the dough because it says if you're not gonna put it in the oven for, what does it say? It says cover the bowl with plastic wrap, let rise in an oven for 45 minutes or at room temperature for an hour and a half. I don't like putting stuff in the oven unless it's like food I know 100% is gonna cook in the oven. It freaks me out. So we're gonna do the room temperature option, which means I need to get this going because this isn't gonna be ready until almost 4 p.m. because it's already 2:12. And I wanna be done this by tonight so I can give it away so I don't have them sitting in my house. But let's get all the stuff that we need that I have at home. I bought everything that I didn't have. And then let's get to making this yummy snack that I literally cannot have. Okay, we're gonna make the dough. So a big, I got so much stuff on the counter, way that I'm gonna get through making something without eating it is drinking a sparkling ice. And then I also just made my extra rice so I can eat my meal while I'm making it. So that way I'm not like sitting here hungry. If you eat when you're hungry, it makes you not want to eat crap, if that makes sense. It helps a lot during prep, especially these things because they're very sweet. So like having sweets like the Reese's, this will definitely help. I got all the ingredients out. I did already warm the milk because it does say to warm it. So it says in a large mixing bowl, whisk together 1 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, and then 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So, measuring cup. I went to the grocery store and I was like, I don't know if I have flour. I am so glad I did not buy one. I have a Costco size thing here. So that would have been excessive, but 1 cup. So 1 cup's now, and then the rest is later. 1/4 cup sugar. I just had to buy this though, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have no sugar, so I'm glad I bought that, but 1/4 cup. 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast. So like I said, I've always wanted to be a baker. So I bought a big thing of this so that way I can actually bake more. Because my plan is once prep's done is I'm going to bake a lot because my family has a dealership or multiple and I go to the gym. There's places I can bring the stuff to and get other people to try. And then I can work on, oh my God, I almost added a teaspoon. I only need a tablespoon. Building up my like menu for when I actually do get to the point of being able to open a cafe or bakery. So it's gonna happen one day. Count my word. 2, and then this is why I like that I've baked so much in the past. I have like every measuring thing that you could ever need for times like this. So it says that, and then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It's a horrible measuring job considering this comes out wider than the actual thing. Okay, it says whisk it together. Okay, we also need, stupid flies, melted butter. So I'm actually just gonna measure this and then melt it quickly. We need 3 tablespoons. I also really like this recipe because it's basically just for like a baked donut on how to make it without having to like deep fry it. And the reason reason I like it is because I want to be able to have like a base of something that's like easy to make for like a donut that tastes good, but that also be able to change up the flavors. So like right now I'm gonna make a Reese's one, but like realistically, I'm gonna do a vanilla buttercream and then like just normal icing sugar on top of just a regular like donut base. So I can add any toppings, and maybe next time when I'm not in prep, I'll try like the jelly filled type ones. I also want to make like Nutella filled. So there's lots of different things I can do. Okay, so while that's melting, it says add warm milk, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 egg yolks, and half a tablespoon of vanilla. So my milk, my butter, egg yolks. Being in prep and how much eggs I buy, this actually kind of makes me sad that I can only use the egg yolks. We're just gonna use the butter container for the egg whites. 1. I feel like this is such a waste. 2. Okay, and then half a teaspoon. My goal this prep, because I don't do much because my social battery is running so low, my goal is to like reorganize my entire kitchen, because like everywhere that my baking stuff is just a gong show. So I want to get it like organized and sorted, so when I want to start fully baking, then I have a good place. Ooh, it smells like dough. I'm making dough, of course it's gonna smell like dough. I feel like that was just more woo, I'm doing it right type comment there. My dog has a cone on and he keeps getting stuck to the edge of the couch. Okay, it says whisk and then cover. I don't have plastic wrap, but I do have these lids with bowls, and let it sit for 10 minutes at room temperature. And then you gotta wait till some bubbles form on the surface, and then you add the remaining flour. And then it says just to add enough that the dough holds together and is no longer, it sticks to the side of the bowl, and then knead for 5 minutes. And that's it for the dough side until we have to actually bake it, but it's got to sit for an hour and a half to like fully rise. We can start making donuts. Okay, I got my piping bag ready for later. I didn't make any of the frosting yet, but I have it all like cut and with the thing. But we gotta add the rest of the flour now, so 1.5 cups. It smells so good. Don't know why I was gonna use the cup again. Now, I feel like I'm not supposed to use a whisk for this part. Rookie mistake. That's looking better finally. I was like, oh my god, this is not mixing. It's looking like dough. My arm is exhausted. I just also realized when I was putting the yeast away that I'm gonna have to bake a lot, because that thing has to be used up within 6 months of opening it. We still have a month left of prep, and that's a lot of yeast to use. Okay, our dough. It says an hour and a half or until it's doubled in size. So that's a calculator. I am gonna set an hour and a half timer that we get to bake it. So exciting. Okay, I'm gonna finish cleaning up the kitchen, and then we're also going to eat so I don't get hungry in the process of this. I organized my cake bowl while I was waiting, and I found something that I kind of want to use. So obviously we're making donuts, but I have a feeling that I might have like maybe a little extra dough. And then I have a lot of baking like utensils, so like fondant cutters to make like all like the leaves and rose petals, those types of things. I also have a lot of little like cookie cutouts, and I'm kind of thinking, I don't know how well it would work, but I have like these like pretty much Timbit size cutouts. So I might try to make a couple like Timbits and see if it works, but we'll see then. I'm just thinking ahead. So let's go make some food, and then we'll come back once the dough is ready. It's been an hour and a half, so we're gonna check the dough, and I gotta see what it says. Line a baking sheet. I do not have parchment paper. Turn dough out onto floured surface. Roll the dough to about a 1/2 inch thick, and then cut circles for the donut shapes. About 2.5 inches round. And then it's like 12 donuts. Okay, so I don't have parchment paper, but I do have Pam spray from being in prep. I'm gonna use this to spray the pan. We'll do that after though. And then we're actually, damn it. I forgot I was gonna need the flour for this. Okay, so I just cleaned my counter, so it's nice and clean. I'm glad that I bought a rolling pin a while, like, went to make a pie last year, I believe it was. Oh, that's nice and fluffy. And as I was making it, I was like, oh my God, I don't have a rolling pin. So we went out and quickly bought one. And now it's coming in handy, but I haven't made anything that needs one since. So donuts will be the first thing. Okay, there's so much flour. It's sticking to my dough. I feel like I almost need to like work this into like a good ball first, because it's like breaking. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. It said I could do that. I think I was supposed to do this now, but it's like almost like croissant dry. So let's see if this milk helps. This is so hard with nails. Anybody that's a baker that's watching me right now is probably like cringing like crazy. Well, I don't know if that's gonna work. It's definitely like more moist than it was. Realistically, it doesn't matter what they look like as long as they taste good. This is really hard. I feel like that's a good thickness, but it's not that much dough, it seems. It's not rolling out to be any thinner. Oh boy. We're using a knife. What should I do? Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Why is this so hard? If the dough just wasn't like, hasn't rose enough. Okay, we got 5 right there, but like it says it's supposed to make 12. The dough doesn't even stick together after. Okay, I'm gonna spray the pan and then put these ones on the pan. How is this supposed to stick together? There's gonna be a few circles and a few not so circles. I really wish I did not have nails. This is so hard to just do anything. There's too much flour in it. It's time for the cutouts. That's all the dough. I do not know how this is gonna go. I have to wait for the oven to cool down because I didn't realize that you have to let these rise again. Okay, actually, we're turning off the oven. We're gonna do, I just did laundry, so this is a fresh one. So it says to let them rise, if you do room temperature, for 45 minutes or until they're puffed, and then baked uncovered for only 10 to 12 minutes until they're like lightly gold. So 45-minute timer is on. This is the longest process of my life, but I think it'll be good. Who cares? I don't even get to eat them, honestly. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes, or 42 minutes, but they're floofy and ready to go. So I'm waiting for the oven to heat up, and then they go in for like 10 to 12 minutes, but my parents are gonna come over. So I'm wondering if I'll be able to film the rest of this. Maybe I'll get them to film a taste test and they can tell you if they're good or not. But my plan is to do the buttercream frosting with the big donuts, and then I made little I made little hearts and then 2 like Timbits. And what my plan is, I'm gonna melt a couple of these Reese's Minis and then dip them so they're like a chocolate glaze. We'll see how that goes. But I think what I'm gonna start to do is make the buttercream frosting, because these only have like they have to cool. I'm not gonna just frost them right away. But obviously, like, I wanna have it ready because if my parents come to try them, I wanna be able to give it to them. So we need to get the stuff for it. So we need butter, powdered sugar, salt, vanilla, and then the milk again. Vanilla, powdered sugar. I have 1 more powdered sugar if for some reason I needed more, but I don't think I will. The milk. I have a whole thing of butter. So, what is this? This is 2 cups, right? Yes. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop the stick. Perfect. I feel like because I just realized the oven's not ready yet. But I have a feeling because I'm making just donuts, should I make the whole, I already cut it. We're just gonna make the recipe because I don't want to mess up the flavor, but I don't think I'm gonna need all of this. But maybe if there's extra, my mom could make something and use the rest of it, so it's not a waste. But I'm gonna melt this. Okay, and I washed my bowl, so my bowl is ready to go again. My phone keeps dying on me. One thing I've learned with prep is my patience level is so far gone. Literally, it just took me like 4 tries to get this out of the sink, and I could feel myself getting angry because of it. But 4. Okay, I just put the donuts in the oven. I put them in for 8 minutes because it says 10 to 12, but I have like those little baby ones in there, so I feel like I'll have to take those out sooner. It's a lot of butter to melt. It takes so much longer. Okay, we're doing the full, I was trying not to do that, 5 cups. You're supposed to do the butter first. No. We'll do that for now. We'll just add it from that bowl. But we have our butter. I do have my mixer. I really, really want to get one of those KitchenAid mixers, but they're so expensive. My little hand one will do for now. I gotta plug my phone in somewhere else. It says, with an electric mixer, mix on high speed for 5 minutes or until it's lightened in color and whipped. Messy. I think I should have used like the actual whisk attachments, but the problem is I only have one whisk because I don't know where the other one went. Okay, and now it says to sift the powdered sugar, but I don't have a sifter. So we're going to slowly add in the powdered sugar. It looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna put those for 2 more minutes. I am gonna scrape this just to make sure it's all mixed together. Okay, and then we gotta add in salt. And then 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Also, this is a half teaspoon, so if you see me doing more, that's why. My little donuts are done. Ooh, they're doughy. To me, they just look like dinner buns. 3 tablespoons of milk. There's 1. 2. I think I'm only gonna do 2. Perfect. Okay, the next thing I want to do is melt some of these. Since I have the milk, I'm just gonna add a little teeny tiny bit and stir it. Just so it's a little more like runny, because the peanut butter cups have like a dry inside. Now, we also need a bowl with sugar because, okay, these are our donuts. It says to take a like tablespoon of melted butter and then brush it on these and then dunk it in the sugar while they're still warm. We're gonna try. I've got my butter. Whoa. Okay. This is becoming hard, so we're having a Coke Zero. I'm just gonna let them sit in the fridge for a few minutes, just so they can cool off a bit, and then we will get to decorating. Now that my whole house smells like dough, this might not have been the best idea. We are going to fill up the icing bag for the start. It's definitely gonna take a couple rounds of filling this up because this isn't like the biggest icing bag, but I really don't feel like I'm gonna need that much icing. Oh my god. They're not gonna be super cool yet, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I don't care if they look that nice. My plan is to dunk the little ones in the Reese's chocolate and then cut these ones open, fill them with buttercream and some of these little Reese's pieces, and then top it with a little more buttercream and then put some of these Reese's minis on top. So I need a cutting board. I'm gonna just try the biggest one first and hope that this works out. It's baked on the inside, so that's a bonus, but so cute. Also, if anybody's questioning like about these, I'm literally making my mom take them with her. I'm not keeping any of this stuff in the house. I think one on top looks cute. Those are adorable. If they all looked like that bun, it would be perfect. If I didn't do this when they were like hot or like warm, the buttercream wouldn't melt so easily. But because my parents said that they're just about to come over, I want to be able to finish this video so that way it's done and then they can enjoy it. I don't think I'm gonna get them to do like a review just because they're not YouTubey people. From the smell of it, it smells amazing. That one's falling apart because it's so hot. I think the big Timbits I'm also gonna cut in half and just do like a glob. I have to leave one without anything on it because my dad doesn't like chunks. So the rest are going to have chunks. And if he wants another one, he can have chunks. Okay, now what my plan is just to take these little ones and just roll them in this Reese's. They're not sticking. Just the top is going to be covered on these because they actually don't stick. Either way, it'll be delicious. It's literally melted Reese's cups. These are my Reese's buttercream donuts with a sugared coating. And these are my crappy little Timbit attempts. Those are also Timbits, but they have a cream filling. Okay, these actually look so good. If you guys like baking with me, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave comments. Let me know if there's something I should try to make that's like not like easy to make. Or anything I should bake and try for when I'm done prep. But my parents should be coming here right away and they're gonna enjoy these. But I hope you guys have the absolute best freaking day ever. Don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any more videos with me. And after prep, in 5 weeks, we will have so many fun videos of tasting food too. So stay tuned.